morning, everyone. I'm Kirsten Roslin, head of middle and upper school, and I'm joined this morning by Hallie Dorfman, assistant head of upper school. And it's our really great pleasure to welcome all of you here today for this special celebration of our 8th graders. As we take this opportunity to recognize the accomplishments of this class, it's important to look back and consider how the many pieces of their experience have come together over time. To do so, I want to offer a simple, guiding image that feels fitting. One that captures the beauty, the complexity, and the constant motion of these years. Middle school is like a kaleidoscope. With each gentle turn, the pattern changes. The pieces are all still there, but they settle into new arrangements. New colors appear, new connections emerge. What looked one way yesterday looks entirely different today. And somehow, no two images are ever quite alike. That's what these years have been. From 5th through 8th grade, our students have changed shape countless times. Interests shifting, friendships forming, and personalities unfolding. They've moved through challenges, breakthroughs, and quiet and not so quiet turning points. And with each experience, with each twist of the kaleidoscope, they have revealed more of who they are. 4 years ago, many of our 8th graders arrived on the south side of campus, finding their footing and wondering what 5th grade would be like. New teachers, new peers, new schedules, new expectations. This move also brought many NCCS firsts for them. Having a locker, walking to classes in other buildings on their own, being the older buddies, getting homework on Wednesdays, and finding out their team color in anticipation of Blue and White Day. And we can't forget the recess wiffle ball games that have somehow become legendary. Before long, the picture began to change again. The 5th graders who spent the year finding their place returned with more confidence and more independence. They were 6th graders, arriving ready to navigate academic groups and departmentalized classes. Their courage and confidence were clearly growing. They became top chefs, local bird experts, and social studies explorers. They also embraced middle school shares like no other class we've ever seen. Over 25 of them, and this didn't even include the homeroom that did the cha-cha slide, took to the stage as MCs and performers. Some were decked out in LED lights, assorted onesies, and costumes to dance. Others shared comedy skits and piano arrangements, and some sang. By the end of this year, many had discovered new interests, found their people, and gained the confidence to try things that once felt out of reach. In grade 8, more came into view as you stepped into the Stevens building. 7th grade brought greater responsibilities, deeper friendships, and more opportunities to discover what you could contribute to the school community. You began to find your place and to strengthen your voice through running for student government, representing your advisory in the geography bee, baking hundreds of cookies as part of the community service club, auditioning for the upper school musical, and in countless other everyday moments. And this year, so many new dimensions of you have become visible in so many ways academically and socially. But nowhere was your growth and confidence more on display than at American Forum. Seeing you at that podium in May, I found myself thinking about the journey from grade 6 speeches to that moment this year. Many of you probably remember getting up to give those first speeches with your hearts racing and your legs shaking, hoping you would get through it. One of you actually wrote that in your reflection. Fast forward 2 years, and there you were, standing before families and friends and teachers, speaking thoughtfully about complex issues, answering questions on the spot, and sharing your perspectives with conviction. The curiosity, insight, and potential were always there. Over time, they simply came into clear focus. Recently, I asked grade 8 students to reflect on middle and upper school memories that they will carry with them and the people who made a difference along the way. Their responses captured something important and what makes a kaleidoscope truly dazzling. Their journey from 5th through 8th grade has not been defined by any single experience. It's a collection of experiences and the people who shared them that has created the memorable pictures and patterns. Maybe that's what the kaleidoscope has been trying to show us all along. Each individual contributes something different, strengths, interests, and stories. And over time, those pieces create something none of them could create alone. The class is stronger because of its leaders and observers, performers and mathematicians, athletes and artists. It's richer because of the students who began here in grade 5 and those who joined in the years since. It's more vibrant and whole because every student has added something uniquely their own. That's the magic of this picture that the final turn of your eighth grade year has revealed. And as you move into your ninth grade years, I hope that you remember this. You are still in motion. You are still becoming. And just like a kaleidoscope, every shift will reveal something extraordinary about the world, about others, and about yourself. Grade 8, the next turn is waiting, and wherever it takes you, we can't wait to see what comes into view. Congratulations. I'm going to turn things over to Hallie now.
Now to share more about their own middle school experience, I'd like to introduce our first two student speakers who have both served as student government representatives this year. Agnes Bluestein will speak about grades 5 and 6, and Ronan Mead will talk about his time in upper school. Agnes, I turn it over to you.
Looking back on our 5th and 6th grade years is hard. Not because we've forgotten them, but because we've accomplished so much since then. Walking into the middle school building for the first time wasn't as intimidating as I thought it would be, because the colorful bulletin board made the building feel so welcoming. The long, locker-filled hallways were just as foreign to us as being the older buddy. I remember when we walked to science class in 5th grade, and we were all scattered throughout the hallway, no longer needing to walk in a single file line. I felt so much older transferring classes without a teacher. Then there was math. Taking a different class than the rest of your classes with different teachers felt unfamiliar at first. Once we reached middle school, time started to pass us by quicker than any of us expected. It felt like one day we were walking into the middle school and the next we were walking out. As our class began to adapt to the new middle school environment, we grew closer as a grade. I remember our first overnight trip to Camp Jewel. I was nervous because I'd never spent more than a full day with our grade. Those nerves quickly wore off the second the bus pulled up to Camp Jewel, because we were already having so much fun. I especially remember the huge slide. And although we spent more time in the line of the slide than actually in the slide, we created everlasting memories. And of course, Camp Iverton, where we spent 2 days complaining about the food and tripping over roots while we walked in the pitch black. And while we may have come home with sore ankles, we shared dozens of experiences which will stay with us forever. We've grown in many different ways, especially in the classroom. In 6th grade, we wrote, edited, and delivered speech about current events. This was our first big, nerve-wracking speech. I can remember my stomach doing somersaults as I walked up to that podium. Comparing those speeches to American Forum today, it's clear to say that we've come a very far way. We also showcased our talents on stage. Middle school talent shows were always so creative, with dances, songs, and jokes. I'll always remember how fun the talent shows were to participate in and watch. Then, towards the end of our middle school years, we went to Adventureland, where we ziplined and climbed through the trees all day long. This is the moment where we shared too many laughs to count and appreciate each other's company without any distractions. Finally, we had our first Blue and White Day. I will never forget receiving my first t-shirt. We walked around and let everyone sign them. Blue and White Day will forever be one of my favorite NCCS memories, because grades 5 through 9 all unite for a day of competition and celebration. Walking out of NCCS for the last time will be the hardest thing I have to do. The ceilings that once seemed so high have become so small, and the days that seemed so ordinary have become some of my favorite memories. I will miss setting small goals for myself to get me through the week, because no matter what happened, I would see you all tomorrow. I'm so grateful to have spent my middle school years with all you. We've built the strongest friendships, and no matter where we go next, I'll always remember this class. Up next, Ronan and B will be speaking about our years in upper school.
Good morning, everyone. Faculty, parents, families, and most importantly, my fellow 8th graders. It is honestly hard to believe we are here already. It feels like just yesterday we walked through those upper school doors pretending like we understood our new schedules, when in reality we were still trying to figure out what B block actually was. I can remember how enormous the upper school felt on those very first days, and somehow now we walk the halls like we own the place. Over the past 2 years, this class has become more than just a group of individuals. We have become a community. And it wasn't just one big moment that made this happen. It was all the small little experiences along the way. We had blue-white days that became more intense than they probably should have, especially during the inflatable house games where people were getting launched off the pedestal and going quite far. Recess somehow turned into daily sports tournaments too, with the return of hacky sack and the never-ending middle school versus upper school soccer games that got surprisingly competitive. This year as 8th graders, we had American Forum speeches, where everyone suddenly transformed into outstanding public speakers overnight. But the classroom wasn't the only place where we learned. As a class, we traveled together to 2 of the biggest cities in our country. As 7th graders, we traveled to Boston, and that was a trip that gave us memories we'll never forget. From walking around the city to trying different foods at Quincy Market, where some people tried oysters for the first time, where others were caught sitting down at full sit-down restaurants. This year, as 8th graders, we traveled to our nation's capital, where it was an amazing opportunity to spend time with friends while visiting some of the most famous monuments and memorials from around the world. While the trips gave us a chance to explore new places, other experiences helped us better understand our role in this community here at Country School. There was our buddy program, which reminded us that even when we had a challenging day, there were still younger students that looked up to us, and that was pretty special. Overall, these years in the upper school weren't perfect. There were bad test grades, hard classes, and some mornings where everyone looked half asleep walking into school. But honestly, that's what made all this feel real. We learned how to handle pressure, recover from mistakes, and most importantly, how to deal with failure. As we head into 9th grade, some things are going to change, and some of us will be starting completely new chapters in our lives. But to the class of 2027, I know we can accomplish anything in life as long as we don't wait until the night before to do it. Wherever we end up next, I know one thing is certain. We will carry with us the memories, friendships, and moments from these years within the upper school. And I look forward to being back together yearly for alumni events as the class of 2027. Thank you.
Thank you to Agnes and Ronan for sharing your insights and memories with us. Next, members of grades 5 and 6 chorus will now sing "A Million Dreams" from The Greatest Showman. Please enjoy. Thank you, grades 5 and 6 chorus. Grade 8, today sits at the intersection of looking back and looking forward. Middle school is a season of life that asks a great deal of young people, and each of you has met those moments in your own way. Now, as this chapter draws to a close, there's an opportunity to consider not only where you are headed, but also what you will carry with you there. Our final student speaker will help us to do just that. Victoria Shaw, also a student government representative this year, will share her thoughts on values and skills that can be carried forth with you. She will be followed by remarks from our head of school, Mr. Cooper. Victoria, I turn it to you.
Over the years, NCCS has come to feel like a second home for many of us, a safe and comfortable place for our grade to grow, discover, and build meaningful friendships. However, as these final days pass, the familiarity of our class is coming to an end. Next year, we will face many new challenges, but I believe that with the lessons we have from NCCS beside us, our grade will persevere. For the past 11 years of my life, country school has given me a place where I can express myself, have fun, and prepare for the rigor of high school and college. Inside and outside the buildings that surround us now, I have made lifelong friendships and memories, and I'm confident that everyone here has as well. As we head into our 9th grade year, we carry far more than just an education. We carry a toolbox of skills, experiences, and lessons that will continue to guide us towards success. To my classmates, my advice is simple: stay curious. As one of our school values, curiosity is one of the most important parts of learning. Curiosity pushes us to ask questions, think outside the box, and try new things, ultimately fueling both knowledge and growth. So next year, I challenge everyone not only to learn the material in class, but to question it, explore it, and truly understand it. Curiosity is also important because it leads you to meet new people and develop important friendships. And while curiosity helps us grow, leadership helps us make a difference. One thing NCCS has taught me is that leadership comes in many different forms. As we move into our 9th grade year, there will be many exciting opportunities to take on new responsibilities and serve our community. But leadership is not only about a title or a position. Whether you're staying at country school or heading somewhere new, leadership often begins with simple actions: trying new things, including others, speaking up when it matters, and being willing to step outside of your comfort zone. As this chapter comes to a close, I have found myself thinking less about where we are going and more about what we are taking with us. What comes next may feel exciting, intimidating, and maybe a bit nerve-wracking. But this moment is not simply an ending. It is a beginning. We carry much more than what we learned in our classes. We carry the confidence built through experiences like American Forum, the creativity fostered through projects like Roxboxen, and the memories made during all of our NCCS endeavors. Most importantly, we carry the values that NCCS has instilled upon us: curiosity, kindness, resilience, and the courage to embrace whatever comes next. But before we take the next step forward, we should recognize the people who helped us reach this moment in the first place. To all teachers, families, and guardians, thank you for every early morning, every sacrifice, and every moment you believed in us when we struggled to believe in ourselves. And while endings can feel daunting, I hope everyone remembers that they are also a beginning. No matter where life takes me, part of me will forever stay at country school. In our hearts, we will always be Cougars, and NCCS will always be our home. Up next, Mr. Cooper will share his thoughts as this year comes to a close.
Good morning. Thank you to our student government representatives, Agnes, and Ronan and Victoria for those valuable reflections today and for your leadership this entire year. Yes, these past few years have been impactful, and this is indeed an important moment as you finish middle school tomorrow and as you transition into high school. Family members, teachers, and friends, thank you for joining us this morning. Students, congratulations on finishing 8th grade. I am sure you are relieved, and I hope you're also proud too. You've worked very hard and you've grown tremendously. Today is a milestone, and I am proud of you. As we leave here this week, looking ahead to September, we know that some of you are moving on for 9th grade, while others will be starting high school here. As you finish 8th grade and officially enter high school, you do so with a foundation that is second to none. As the saying goes, to whom much is given, much is expected. You know who you are and what interests you and what you care about. You know how to construct an argument and deliver a speech. You know how to be a good teammate and to speak up to share your opinions. You know about the building blocks of language and science and math and music. You know how to comfort a friend in pain and to include rather than to exclude. And you know how to tap trees for maple syrup and design in 3D and throw pottery and build boats that are at least somewhat seaworthy. With all of that in your foundation, that's the to whom much is given part. We expect that you will take what you have learned here as a launching point to follow the NCCS mission and go on to lead lives of impact and purpose. In other words, go make a difference in something that you care about. That is the to whom much is expected part. I know you can, and I know you will. But more specifically, and perhaps to help you on the way towards meeting those expectations, I have some words of advice for all of you. For those of you moving on to 9th grade at other schools, play a fall sport or other activity that allows you to go to school early for preseason if possible. If such an activity does not exist, join one, a play, the newspaper, a musical group, as soon as school starts. It's a great way to get to know other students, and particularly those in other grades. Try something new. Find out about the clubs that your school offers and join one that interests you most. Be yourself. Speak up for what you believe in and what you care about. Everyone will respect that. Enjoy it. Things might feel stressful, and you might feel like the people on the totem pole, but there's still a lot of space to enjoy it. And finally, save the date for June 11th, 2027 for upper school closing exercises so that you can celebrate your classmates' graduation and come together again as an entire class. For those of you who will be here for 9th grade, introduce yourself to someone you don't know and repeat that every day in the first week of school next year. Specifically, get to know the 7th graders. Learn the names of those on your sports team. Say hello at recess. Make sure they feel included. Remember how you looked up to the 9th graders when you were in 7th grade and realize the same is true for you, for them, of you. Your voice matters. Every adult here wants you to help make this the best school possible. Speak up, and your experience will only be better. As the oldest, you set the tone. If you do that with kindness, openness, hard work, and seriousness of purpose, our school will be strong indeed. And finally, enjoy it. Things might feel stressful with all the classes and the high school applications, but there's still a lot of space to enjoy it. For all of you, no matter where your path takes you next year, you are a part of the NCCS class of 2027. Some of you have been here for more than 10 years, and others for only a year or two. Regardless, you've all made an impact here. We are better because you have been here, and we know we helped make you better too. So congratulations on finishing 8th grade, and thank you for the effort and care you bring to your work and for the character that you exude. You have touched us all with who you are. I wish you the very best as you leave middle school and enter high school. Thank you, and good luck.
Before we get to the next part of our program, we need to just take a quick pause for grade 8 to reorient themselves. Students, please stay in your order as you move to your other seats. Now that we're settled, let's take a moment to look back on our shared journey with a special slideshow that we put together. While there may be a few adorable throwback pics scattered into the mix, this presentation is really meant to recap the memorable moments and triumphs that you've experienced together during your 5th through 8th grade years. We hope you enjoy.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, you're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. Yeah. The only way you can know, you give it all you had. And I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. Hope when the moment comes, you'll say, I did it all. I did it all. On every second this one could give, I saw so many places, the things that I did. There was every broken bone, I swear I lived. Hope that you spend your days, but they all add up. When that sun goes down, hope you raise your cup. Oh, I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say, I did it all. I did it all. On every second this one could give, I saw so many places, the things that I did. There was every broken bone, I swear I lived. I swear I live every broken bone. I swear I did it all. I did it all. On every second this world could give, I saw so many places, the things that I did. What's every broken bone, I swear I
remember this moment in the back of my mind. The time we stood with our shaking hands, the crowds in stands went wild. We were the kings and the queens. said, remember this feeling. I passed the pictures around of all the years that we stood there on the sidelines, wishing for right now. We are the kings and the queens. You traded your baseball cap for a crown when they gave us our trophies, and we held them up for our town. And the cynics were outraged, screaming, this is absurd. 'Cause for a moment a band of thieves in ripped up jeans got to rule the world. Long live the walls we crashed through, how the kingdom lights shine just for me and you. I was screaming, long live all the magic we made, and bring on all the pretenders. I'm not afraid. Long live all the mountains we moved. I had the time of my life, fighting dragons with you. I was screaming, long live that look on your face, and bring on all the pretenders. One day we will be remembered. Hold on to spinning around confetti, falls to the ground, make these memories break our bones. Will you take a moment, promise me this, that you'll stand by me forever. But if God forbid fate should step in and force us into a goodbye, if you have children someday, when they point to the pictures, please tell them my name. Tell them how the crowds went wild. Tell them how I hope they shine. Long live the walls we crashed through. I had the time of my life with you. Long, long live the walls we crashed through. How the kingdom lights shine just for me and you. I was screaming, long live all the magic we made, and bring on all the pretenders. I'm not afraid. Singing, long live all the mountains we moved. I had the time of my life, fighting dragons with you. And long, long live that look on your face, and bring on all the pretenders. One day we'll be remembered.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Country school is about community, and community is certainly what we just saw in that slideshow. Today's ceremony is yet another small indication of just how powerful that community is. For 8th grade, you're surrounded by people who love you, people who care for you, and people who want only the best for you. Grade 8, we're proud of you. We're impressed with the ways that you've grown as individuals and as a collective group of young people. And we're grateful to have been part of your story. Embrace your journey forward and know that you have so many of us in the wings cheering you on. So this officially marks the end of your middle school years. And it's one of the final times that you'll be together as a full class of 47. You all have lots to look forward to and much to be grateful for. It's Ms. Dorfman's and my privilege to recognize each of you. So when we call your name, we're gonna ask that you come forward, grab your gift bag, we'll shake hands with you, and then you'll be celebrated by upper school teachers that will line the hallway here to also give you a handshake on your way to the dining hall. And we'll invite family and friends that are here this morning to meet your children in that space. And there'll be a reception there for all to join. All right, grade 8, you ready? Here we go. Chase bell. Caroline Bilden. Agnes Boosting. Liv Burns. Natalie Cahill. Audrey Seamay. Clementine DuPont. Whit England. Michael Fogno. Isabella Gardner. Lucan Glennon. Charlie Glover. Thomas Godina. Harry Griggs. Parker Griggs. Ruby Harder. Tata Harper. Morgan Harvey. Major Hasbrook. Charlie Hastings. Isla Hoken. Excuse me. Excuse me. Lillian Kelly. Ben Kelsey. John Kiles. Cameron Leach. Townsend Laconi. Albert Liu. Callie Locke. Grace Long. Hunter Mackey. Archer McClear. Ben Merrick. Ronan Mead. Sam Nally. Lily O'Donnell. Emery O'Keefe. George Passius. Dylan Reed. Henry Rochford. Amara Shaw. Victoria Shaw. Charlie Smith. Griffin Stallmeyer. McKenna Stevenson. Mikey Swozy. Dylan Svensson. and Matt Visoki. Thank you all again for being here and helping us celebrate this wonderful 8th grade class. Please do go join us in the dining hall, enjoy some time together. Thank you.